So I'm going to make a quick video here for Elisa that shows how to change out the name at the bottom of this. And I might fumble a bit during this. So that she wants to change this name, I believe, at the bottom, like make a series of shirts. And instead of mine calls me bonus dad, it's like mine calls me father or mother or whatever it is. So I'm going to show how to do that real fast. So you want to start with the cleaned PNG that I created. And so you just want to go and download that. So we want to go and we want to download that file. And then we're just going to go to photop.com or Photoshop if you have it, much better. But if you don't, go to Photopea. And we'll just open that up. Okay, and what I would do is I would actually give yourself a little room at the bottom of the canvas. So I just went to Image, Canvas Size. And I'm just going to anchor at the top. I'm going to check relative because I'm just going to tell it I want another, give me 500 pixels at the bottom so that I've got room to do stuff down here at the bottom, okay? And then let's put a solid color. We're going to do a color fill, and we'll put black. And then we're just going to, so I click this little circle, and then just choose color fill. And then let's pull that down below so that we can see what we're doing because it's a light design. And let's just zoom in a little bit and get here. Okay. So first thing we're going to do is cut off this bonus dad. So I'm going to select the background. I'm going to select my lasso tool, and I'm just going to draw around it. So, you don't have to be perfect because you can keep refining. Like the first time I didn't do what I wanted, so I hit Shift and selected more. I can also grab this marquee tool and hold Shift and just select everything, okay? So now I got all the parts selected. I'm a little close to this, so I'll grab my lasso tool, hold Alt, and just carve that away so that I'm just not too close to that. All right, so let's just cut that. We're gonna just hit Control X. It's also Edit, Cut. And then I'm gonna hit Control V, and I'm gonna name this one Bonus Dad. All right, so I have it on its own layer now. It's isolated. Now I'm going to grab my text tool. You could use any font you wanted. I believe that Oswald or Anton would be good fonts to use for this, and most people have. I would think most people would have Oswald installed. If you don't, let's see if I do. Yeah, there it is. So we're going to choose Oswald. You can also go and just grab that font or any font you want from Google Fonts for free. You literally just search for the fonts, and if it's available on Google Fonts, you're just going to download it. Okay, there's even a thing on there about how to use it. And then that should go to your downloads folder, and we can find that font. So you can literally just double click on it if you're on Windows, and find the font, which is this Oswald variable font. And double click and hit install, and that will install the font. May have to refresh Photopea if you just did that. Like come back into it to make sure that you actually have the font now. So I've got my text tool. I'm not sure how this size is going to translate. I know I want it pretty big. Let's put 100px. And as far as color, let's just try to choose this color. Not sure how that works here. Yep, that's okay. So I just clicked here, and that seems to do it. So when you're in this color picker, just click the yellow and hit OK. All right, so I've got my text tool, I've got my size set, I've got my font set, I've got my yellow. You can change all these things after the fact if you need to. And I'm just clicking, and I'm going to type mother. All right, and I'm not happy with the size. So I'm just going to, instead of trying to change the font, I'm just going to click and drag and let this go out here. Now you can do some squishing if you needed to. So I'm not a real big fan of squishing things, but you can. Here, let's turn off this bonus ad and see what we're looking at. So you can take this, and I think if you hold Shift, it'll squish it a bit. And that might fit different things into this. Don't go crazy with that. Just be cautious. if I need to thicken this, I probably can turn on bold. So I just changed my text. I just clicked on my character tool over here, and we're just going to put this as heavy. I think that's the best. Here, let's just do bold. And sure, it just popped up. Use the fonts your computers can create heading. Sure, let's allow that. All right, so there we go. That's a little thicker. You know, we can scale this up and make this fit. Okay. So you literally can just go through and create new fonts. So I mean, you can take this, duplicate the layer. I said create new fonts. I meant just create new text layers. I want to show you how to center it if you're having problems. You know, this right here, align to canvas. This is when you have your move tool selected. You can align it to the canvas, and then you can just click the center horizontally, and it'll just center it on the canvas perfectly. So we'll actually make that our actual mother. All right, and then we'll do this one. We'll make it father. And we're going to turn off mother, turn on father, and then we'll just grab our text tool and click father, and then I just clicked and typed with a held shift so that I was capitalizing, and then we're just going to center that. So you can literally just go through and get them all done, and then when you're ready to export these, you'd want to turn off your color fill. You'd want to do image, trim, transparent or top left pixel corner. Okay. And then that's going to just trim it right to the sides. And then you probably won't need to adjust your image size unless you know exactly what size you're going for. I mean, it's set right now to, we should change this to 300. And let's check our image size again. So it's 13.77. So see, I turned off resample and set this to 300. So it started out, it's too big. You know, I would set this to 19 at the most, depending if you have a 16 by 20 heat press. You can always press a bigger image if you need to, you know, by moving it around on your heat press. But that's a good size, nice and big. And you're just going to do export as PNG. And then just like I'm always telling everybody, make sure you got your good naming. So this one, I can still see I got my father layer open. So we'd call this one father. And we would hit save. All right, that's it. You can just go through your whole list of relatives that you want to do. Hey, Elisa, I hope this helps. You have a great day. Take care.